Welcome to our new course of Python. This course is about accounting and automation with Python. Well, I have previously made a course about Python automation. Well, if you've seen that or if you have prior experience to Python automation, then it will be very simple for you. Now, when we talk about Python and also accounting automation or Python automation, it means like saving up and also making the work a lot more easier and making it automated so that you don't have to apply manual labor and manual time on getting on those processes and actions done. So as this is an introduction to our course, so we're going to learn the brief about everything we need to know before starting off this course. So first off, what is accounting automation? The use of software and technology to carry out routine accounting processes, including data input, report preparation, or invoice creation automatically with little assistance from humans is known as accounting automations. Well, you've already worked with AI and a lot of tools. So those AI and tools, what it does, it makes up and does your work for you. In the same way, we're going to be doing something or accounting, which is going to be automated using Python. Now, what is the importance of automation in accounting? First off, time saving. It generates invoices, payrolls, and monthly reports automatically. Accuracy. It minimizes human errors such as typos or incorrect computations. Economical. Lower labor costs result from fewer hours of manual labor. Consistency. All tasks are completed in the same manner each time. Scalability. The ability to manage massive data volumes with ease and without adding to workload. Auditability. Each script action can be recorded and examined at a later time. So you have that flexibility of editing anytime you want to. So why are you going to use Python for accounting automation? First off, Python is an easy syntax that even non-programmers can understand. So it is basically very beginner friendly. Large-scale support for PDF, CSV, and even Excel files. Not even just these, you'll be able to use any extension that you have on your device and you'll be able to work with it. But as we are going to show this course about accounting automation, so you'll be able to open up PDF, CSV, and Excel files. You can connect to other tools such as emails, CRMs, database, etc., and even machine learning. Libraries such as Pandas, which is used for data analysis, is going to be very helpful. Excel file are going to be using OpenPyXL or XLSX Writer. For email, we're going to be using SMTplib or Yagmail. And for paragraph, we're going to be using Matplotlib. Now, let's check out the real-world examples of accounting automation. First off, reports on daily sales. So, when we talk about sales, what it happens is that it changes every day, time by time. But if you're using Python, it can automate directly and can be changed automatically every day. Statements of monthly profits and losses. It creates invoices in bulks, which can take a lot of time for even one invoice to be created by one human. Automation of payroll. Reconciliation of banks using CSV files. Monitoring the budget and analyzing deviations. Chart-based real-time dashboards. So, one thing that you can see by reading all of these is that it is going to reduce the number of errors in the process. So, it is basically very important and very helpful. Now, what are the course expectations? No extensive understanding of programming is necessary. So if you have no prior experience, it is totally fine because I'm going to guide you through the whole process. Beginning with the fundamentals, you will develop useful accounting tasks. I'm going to show all of them to you so that you will be able to apply it even on your daily basis and also in your professional career. At the conclusion, they will be capable of every week, save hour, automate dashboard, reporting and invoices, and use Python to transform unprocessed Excel into insights. Now, first off, as you know every brief about it now, the first thing that you're going to need to run all of these things is that on your PC, you should have Microsoft Excel. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, you can also use Google Sheets. But if you want to use Google Sheets, it's going to be a bit of a complex method. So in this case, we're only going to be using Microsoft Excel. First things first, make sure you have the latest version of Microsoft Excel, or let's say the Microsoft Office softwares. Then the next thing that you need is an IDE, such as in this case, I'm going to be using PyCharm because it is the most optimized for Python works. So type in PyCharm over here, hit on and click on download PyCharm. Now, when you click on that, you will see that this is the first link that opens up. Now you will see this is how it is. Now click on this first link and it will redirect you to the site. Now you can see we have this PyCharm unified product. But if you go down, you can see there is a community edition, which is totally free. So make sure to download this. Now, the difference between this one and this one is that you will see that this one might be paid. And you'll be able to work with a lot of community or online community in the same time. But it's not anything different on the community edition. What is the difference between this and that is that if you are choosing community edition, you have to manually install a couple of libraries or modules, and that's it, which you can easily upload or easily install on your device anytime using specific commands. So it's not that different. So make sure to click on this one, Community Edition, and click on download by selecting the OS which you have on your device. Now after that, after installing this, make sure you install it properly on your device. And the most important thing that you need on your device is Python. So hit on Python and go off to python.org. Now, from this side, what you want to do is you have to install the latest version available on the net. Now you can see the latest version is Python 3.13.3. Then it means this is the exact one. Now, after that, as I already have it installed, you also have to install it properly on your device. Just agree to everything. And then the next thing is just click on Windows and type in Python. You will see this is the exact one. Then click on Open File Location. Right click on this and click on Open File Location again. Now, copy this path. And another thing that you want to do is click on this and you're going to type in environment. Click on that and you're going to click on environment variables. Now over here, just go directly to path. Click on edit. And now you can see I have Python available over here. But from here, you want to copy this path and you want to just click on this and click on new and you want to paste it just like that. But you can see I already have it over here. So I'm just going to remove it. Just going to delete this. Now click on edit again. And you want to just open up this scripts folder and you want to copy this path too and paste it right over here by clicking on new and pasting right over here. You can see I also have this over here. So I'm just going to press on cancel. And basically that's it and you're good to go. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to show you. So first off, let's open up an Excel file. So let's wait until this Excel file opens up on our device. Now, you can see I'm just going to click on enable editing. And one thing that you can see is that we have the date, client, region, category, and revenue. And we have a lot of these datas right over here. Now, if you want to filter any of these data, what you basically do is you go off to insert, and after insert, you first off click on a table or you apply a slicer. So what you can do over here is you can click on a slicer and it's going to like make a slice over here, right? And you can also make a table in the same way. But instead of that, what you can do is that if you want to, basically just, so what you basically have to do, you have to turn this into a table first. So let's press on this and you can see every part of it is like selected. Now I'm just going to go off to insert and click on table. There we go. Now we have the table. But you can see if you want to filter, you have to filter it manually just by clicking on them one by one. You can also create a pivot table using these methods. But it's going to be a lot simple when you are using Python automation. First off, let's increase the size so that we can see it properly. There we go. So basically we have this, right? Now, in the same way, what we want to do is basically we want to show this file, and I'm going to show you how you can filter this just by using Python. In that case, first off, let's save this up. As this is saved, I'm going to take this, Control X, and in the same way, you want to open up PyCharm on your device. So let's open up PyCharm Community Edition. So let's wait for a bit until it opens up on my device. And I'm going to show you how you are going to open up a file at the beginning. So if you open up PyCharm, this is how it might look like. You can see I have a lot of projects that I've done. But if you're new to it, I'm going to show you a whole guide. Okay. First things first, you're going to click on a new project. Now here, I'm going to name it Automation Intro. This is exactly what you want to type in. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you have to select the location. After that, if you have Python installed on your device, it is going to be detected in the system. But if you did not, it is totally fine because PyCharm also allows you to install it directly through the software. So you'll be able to click on download and install. You can see this is how you install, and you just basically have to create it and it's going to just install in the background. But the most simple way is obviously installing it manually and then applying it to the path. In this way, it's going to be a lot more easier and you don't have to, like select the version every time you open up PyCharm and a new project. So after that, just click on create and let's just wait for a bit until it creates the virtual environment. Now, there are a couple of modules that you have to make sure you install on your device before starting off these projects. So the first thing that you want to do is you have to open up the folder where this exact folder is so that I can paste in the transaction folder, or let's say the transaction file. Now, before that, I'm going to be applying my modules. Now, there are a couple of methods of installing and applying your modules. First off, click on this over here and click on Interpreter Settings. Now, after clicking on that, you will see a panel like this will appear up. Now you can see, there we go, we have pip. Now, if there is no pip version available, which is basically, an interpreter of Python, just click on this and just wait for a bit and make sure you have a stable internet connection throughout the whole process. Now here we have pip over here. So I'm going to click on specify version option. And another thing, I'm just going to click on latest version. So it downloads the latest version available. Click on specify option and install the package. Now, it is going to take just a bit of time to install the whole thing properly. And after that, you are basically good to go and you can apply in whatever you want on your device. There we go, installed successfully. Close it off, press on OK. Now you can open up the terminal and you can type, or you can try in pip, or you can try the version of Python. Type in Python -version. Now, if you hit on enter, you can see we have this showing up. You can see try Python H. So if I type in Python -H, you can see we have the whole thing. And we have this B issue warning. We have CMD, O, F, and all of these. So this is how it is going to look like. But basically, we do not need all of these things. But you can see when we type in Python, it is being detected. So that means it is working properly. Now for the first class, we're going to install a very simple module. So go off the terminal and type in pip install pandas. Wait a bit until pandas is installed on your device. You can see it is going to download a lot of these things. Well, it is going to also take a bit of time. Just make sure you have stable internet connection. In the same way, you will be able to install a lot of these modules. Now, the thing that I showed you the difference about, the Unified Edition and the Community Edition is that you don't have to install anything manually in that version. But in Community Edition, you will also be able to use them, but you just basically have to install them manually. And basically that's it. So it's not worth getting the Unified until or unless you actually don't want the extra hassle. But I would obviously suggest you use the Community Edition because it just allows you to use the terminal and know about Bash and CMD a bit more. So after this is done, the thing that we want to do is we want to open up the folder. So click on Open and click on Explore. Automation Intro. Now inside this, I'm going to paste this transaction as Excel SX file. Now I'm going to go off into PyCharm. Now we have this over here. We're going to refresh it if it doesn't show up. We have this transaction. You can see it might not show up like this, but it is totally fine. Now the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a Python file. Here, the name of the Python file that I'm going to put in is going to be, let's say, filter. Here, first off, let's type in import pandas as pd. I'm going to make a data frame equal, let's say, df, or else I'm going to put in pd.read Excel. Double quotation. I'm going to put in the transaction.xlsx. That is the exact file. I'm going to find in, let's first off check out, the file. Explorer. Here we have the regions. So from here, I want the California. So let's close this off. Go off to PyCharm. California. Sales. It is going to be equal to data frame df. Here I'm going to put in region double equal double quotation California. Total is going to be equal to California sales, and I want the revenue. So if I want the revenue, I'm going to sum it up. I'm going to put in a parentheses. Now I want to print out the value. So here I want to print out, say, total revenue from California. Here I'm going to type in total. And basically that is it. Now, if you want to run it, just click on Run Filter. And it will take a bit of time. And you can see we have a comma that needs to be applied over here. So let's just put in a comma. And let's run the filter again. And you might see this type of error might appear up. Well, if it keeps on showing up, there's going to be a couple of things that you can do. Either you can debug it, but before that, let's install some necessary modules. I'm going to type in pip install OpenPyXL. Hit on enter, and let's wait for a bit until the whole thing has been done. Okay, so we have applied that. Now here I'm going to put in ./.venv. I'm going to put in /scripts/activate. You can see we have the automation intro. Now after that, I'm going to type in pip install OpenPyXL again. And if it shows me off that it is requirement already satisfied, then you're good to go. Now let's run this filter one again. Now you can see the total revenue from California is 5,900, or let's say 59,107. So let's try opening this up. Let's see, Explorer. Now I'm going to check on the revenue. So first off, I'm going to click on the region. First off, click on Enable Editing. I'm just going to check on California. And I'm going to check out this one. I'm going to type in sum equal, or let's say, I'm just going to select all of these. And you have this auto sum over here. Okay. So as we have the auto sum, everything has been done right over here. And you'll be able to check all of these values. You can see it is showing me off as 0, but you can obviously type in the total value over here. Okay. Now, one simple way of getting out this whole revenue is, first off, let's just select all of these cells. First off, let's select them. And I'm going to click on auto sum over here. Now, basically, we will get a summation of the whole thing. Now, the next thing is basically I'm going to click on region, and I'm only going to select on California. Okay. Now, over here, we will have this drop down box. And from here, we're going to click on, let's say, the summation. Now, you can see 5,107. Over here, 5,107, 52 cents, 52 cents. So you can see how simple it is if you are working with Python. Now, in the same way, what you have done over here, first off, we had to create a table. Then we had to create, a total value. Then we had to create or select the filter. And then we had to select on the summation, which is basically a long task. But in other cases, after creating or having these type of Excel files, you're just going to have to find out the revenue or find out an exact value. But in Python, what you can do is you can use the same command. You can use it, you can repeat it. You just have to change in the name of the file and also what type of, let's say, what type of data do you want to find inside of the array of data. So that just basically slims out a lot of work. And also it's going to handle up and reduce the number of errors that a human will get. So now you can see that why Python automation or Python is used for accounting automation. So basically that's all for this first class, and hope you understood about everything in this class. If you still have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime, as I'm always there to help you out. Another thing that you will see, we are going to also have this PyEnvgrVenv.cfg, which is going to be created, default by Python. And also there's another file, transaction XLSX, which is going to be showing you off the username and what type of, actions are you doing inside of the file. Okay. So basically that's it. And without any further ado, let's move on to our first practical class of Python for accounting automation.